High above the Podgorica skyline, a single white pylon rises 57 meters into the air, supporting a web of cables fanning across the horizon. On the surface, the bridge is a standard connector for 2 lanes of traffic, built to ease the congestion of the city's older crossings. But the sheer scale of this concrete mast suggests an ambition that goes beyond simple utility. That ambition is most visible when looking at the river below. The Morača begins as a powerful mountain stream, carving deep canyons through the north. By the time it reaches the city center, however, it is a shallow, modest waterway, often less than 50 meters wide. The result is a river of contrasts, a waterway too small for shipping, but one that provides a quiet stage for the city's prominent monument. This is a cable-stayed bridge utilizing a semi-fan system. 12 cables support the road deck, while 24 cables anchor the pylon to land-side counterweights. This allows the main span to stretch 140 meters without support pillars. Supporting that span is the pylon itself, a massive concrete tower roughly the height of a 19-story building. The project was a pan-European collaboration, designed by Slovenian and Montenegrin engineers, and constructed using specialized stay cables sourced from Austria and France. To place the road deck over the river, the engineering team used a complex process known as incremental launching. Crews used hydraulic jacks to push massive concrete slabs horizontally out over the water, resembling a slow game of reverse Jenga. Despite the technical complexity, the entire project was completed in less than a year. The speed and scale of the project prompt a question. Why did the city invest so much engineering effort into crossing such a shallow river? The timing of the opening provides the answer. The ribbon was cut on July 13, 2005, Montenegro's statehood day, marking the anniversary of the 1941 uprising against occupation. In 2005, Montenegro was still part of a state union with Serbia. The political atmosphere was tense, with the country only a year away from a referendum on full independence. The city of Podgorica funded the €7 million post entirely on its own, viewing the bridge as an investment in a new, modern image for the capital. At the opening ceremony, officials explicitly linked the bridge's permanence to the country's aspirations for statehood. It functioned as a landmark for a nation that was about to be reborn. Today, local opinion on the design remains divided. Some residents see the pylon as a symbol of the city's modernization, while others view the dramatic engineering as an unnecessary spectacle for a town of this size. Both perspectives hold weight. The structure serves 2 roles. It handles the daily rush hour, and it stands as a €7 million monument to the moment Montenegro chose its own path. To understand why Podgorica built such a futuristic landmark, one has to look at what is missing from the city skyline. You won't find the medieval stone quarters common in other Balkan capitals. During World War II, Podgorica was devastated by 84 separate bombing raids, which destroyed nearly all of its historic architecture. The city was forced to rebuild from the ground up, adopting the utilitarian and concrete-heavy style of socialist modernism. This era produced its own architectural highlights, such as the Hotel Podgorica, located just downriver. Built in 1967 by Svetlana Konaradović, the hotel's concrete walls were encrusted with pebbles taken directly from the Morača riverbed to mimic the surrounding landscape. While some tour guides incorrectly attribute the Millennium Bridge to Ulićević, she was actually the pioneer of the city's earlier brutalist identity, not its 21st century cables. Because Podgorica lost its history to war, the construction of the Millennium Bridge functioned as a form of architectural therapy, a way to give the city a landmark that belonged entirely to the future. For the best perspective on the bridge, locals recommend walking to the adjacent Moscow Bridge. This pedestrian-only crossing is the quieter counterpart to the Millennium's traffic. While the height of the pylon might look like a perfect platform for adrenaline seekers, bungee jumping is strictly prohibited here. Those looking for a legal jump must travel to specialized bridge jumping sites in neighboring Croatia or Slovenia. For photographers, the bridge is difficult to capture in the flat light of midday, which can make the white concrete look dull. The geometry is most effective at golden hour, when the sun creates deep shadows across the cables, or at night, when the entire structure is illuminated by floodlights. The standard visitor route is to walk the riverbanks at sunset, and wait for dark to capture the bridge when its reflections are visible on the water. Podgorica's skyline lacks the medieval stone of the coast or the historic monasteries of the mountains. This bridge represents a different part of the national story, defined by 21st century concrete and steel. It is the visual evidence of a country that, upon reaching independence, chose to build something dramatic and bright white as a way to signal a new beginning. Despite the local debates, the Millennium Bridge remains a fixture of the city. In a period of significant transition, it has provided the residents of Podgorica with a tangible landmark to look toward.